Tonight, London's dog squad is back in action.
No, you're receiving, Fox.
The war against narcotics. Spaniels leading the way.
Children's books, children's makeup and drugs. Unbelievable.
German shepherds hunting for knives.
Open the door, please.
10 seconds to show yourself.
Nelson's career hangs in the balance.
Without him, I can't do my job.
And Boris wants a job when they send in the dogs.
Oh, you're the man.
London's war against drugs is relentless. More people admit to using drugs in the capital than any other part of the UK. The Metropolitan Police are cracking down on their use, and the dog squad is in the front line. Led by its specialist spaniel sniffer dogs with noses 10 times more powerful than a human. 6 a.m. East London. Operations against suspected drug dealers start early. A house possibly being used for the selling of Class A drugs is about to be raided. The spaniel in the back is Paddy. His handler is PC John Lane.
Paddy's the main part of the team when it comes to looking for the drugs. He's got the nose. He can find stuff much better than any human can. So, in all intents and purposes, I'm a chauffeur for Paddy, really.
Paddy is a 20-month-old English Springer Spaniel. It took 9 weeks to train him to find drugs, cash and firearms. Sniffer dogs like Paddy have been used by the Met since the 1950s because they work harder than almost any other animal.
All dogs have got the ability to do the same sort of sniffing out that we use our dogs for, but some of them won't keep going and going and going, whereas Springer Spaniels, Labradors and Cocker Spaniels that we use are gun dog breeds, so they've been bred for centuries and centuries to keep working.
But before Paddy can start working, he needs to get through the front door. As usual, the heavy mob, a specialist entry team, will do the honours. Once the raiders have the premises secure and everyone in handcuffs, PC Lane and Paddy can move in.
Good boy, Paddy. He's way out, that's for sure.
Even the laundry will be given the once-over by Paddy. In North London, the Met are planning another drugs raid. This time the people thereafter are suspected of dealing cocaine. Once again, the heavy mob will be going in first. Their dog squad searchers are Billy and his partner PC Derek Beattie. Billy's a 2.5-year-old Springer Spaniel. He's trained to sniff out drugs, firearms and cash, and is the eldest of PC Derek Beattie's 2 dogs. The unruly one is Labrador puppy Boris, a police trainee. He has to sit on the sidelines while Billy gets to work. Billy is calm and dedicated, like many of the Met's previous 11 Billies. It's been a popular name.
Billy 12 is his official title. He was actually donated to the police by a member of the public. And Billy has certainly got lots of drive. He's very enthusiastic, and that's what makes him a good police dog. He's very keen to get on and do what he's been trained to do.
Billy will have to wait a while to do what he's been trained to do. Staying with PC Beattie in the car while the rest of the team give the suspected cocaine dealers their early morning call.
Get up. There's a drugs warrant here. Okay, this premises has information there's drugs. We'll place you in handcuffs for the time being, okay?
Now that the suspects are sitting uncomfortably, it's time to send in Billy. Puppy Boris thinks he should be allowed to help as well. And Until he's qualified and a fully fledged member of the dog squad, he can't.
There's absolutely no doubt he wants to get involved. When I'm taking Billy out of my car to go and do a search, you'll see Boris's nose also there trying to squeeze out and come out with us.
Like Boris, Billy's a new boy and is still learning his trade. He's been a drug sniffer dog for only 18 months, so the pressure is on.
Good boy, Paddy.
In East London, Paddy is under similar pressure. He's even more of a rookie than Billy, having been sniffing for drugs for less than a year.
Paddy's quite a manic dog. He's not one for sitting still. He does run around a lot. He's quite a quick working dog. But I can tell when he goes into a building within the first 10, 20 seconds whether or not there's anything in there. He's have heightened interest, his tail starts wagging, he's sniffing a lot harder, he'll focus on a particular area. Everything stops, he just points.
Good boy. He's a clever boy. Yeah, good boy.
This time, Paddy's pointing to the golf bag. It contains more than just clubs and balls. Cannabis.
First find when you're doing a warrant in the house is the best find for me, because that justifies all of those officers coming in, it justifies the door being knocked down, and it justifies all the upset that these warrants will cause the occupants of a house.
It's becoming clear that the owners of this house don't have people to stay very often.
Everyone's guest room's like this, isn't it, I would imagine?
People will hide drugs wherever they think that they won't get found. It's just the nature of the beast. They want to hide it, we want to find it.
The house is absolutely chock-a-block with junk, which is where the dog comes in handy, because they can sniff it. If it's at the bottom, they get it, so that they won't have to go through all the that mess in the spare ensuite bedroom that we saw. This is where the dogs come into their own, really.
The initial find means Paddy and PC Lane will leave no part of this house untouched, including the children's bedroom.
They will hide drugs in absolutely anywhere. Children's nappies when they've still got them on, carry cots, just to try and evade detection.
Paddy may still be young and inexperienced, but he doesn't miss much.
Unbelievable. It probably looks like a bit of cocaine, I'd imagine. And that's in the child's hanging up thing that they keep their bits and bobs in, you know. Your children's pencils, children's books, children's makeup and drugs. Absolutely unbelievable.
Informants told the police that this house was being used for drug dealing. Paddy's finds so far haven't turned up quantities of narcotics which would secure convictions. However, he's found enough drugs to guarantee that at least 2 people will be cautioned for possession.
Hey, come here. Listen.
But for Paddy and London's dog squad, the job's never done. Coming up, Billy makes a shock discovery.
You found bullets? Yeah.
And German Shepherd Nelson goes after people with knives.
10 seconds to show yourself.
In North London, PC Derek Beattie and his spaniel Billy are still searching for drugs in the house raided earlier in the day. Billy and PC Beattie are looking for cocaine. The mess they're finding in every room could be deliberate, making it more difficult for sensitive noses. But Billy hasn't been put off.
You're going to have to have a good look over in this corner. He just keeps coming back over here, but he likes his corners.
Billy's relative lack of experience doesn't make things any easier for him or his handler.
Sometimes there can be a certain amount of pressure there. But when I go to work with Billy, I trust him implicitly. I can't do anything else. I've seen him perform, I've seen him find stuff. To this day, I've never known him to have missed anything. Yeah.
Although they haven't found cocaine yet, there are signs of drug use everywhere.
There's Palmore needles in here. Some which are capped, some which are uncapped. Just watch them needles.
The handcuffed suspects are still being held in the flat, so they can be confronted with any fines.
Okay.
The traces of drug use found by Billy has given everyone hope, but the police are a long way from being able to lay charges of dealing.
We've got the sort of stuff we would have been looking for initially. We've got the scales, which is a sign that he's weighing up.
Lots of empty wraps, empty bags.
Billy has become fixated by the furniture.
Bags everywhere. It was in this bedroom that Billy was all over 2 items of furniture. One was a small chest of drawers, and then there was another larger chest of drawers. So I just advised the officers to give these drawers a good looking through.
The good looking through needs to be done carefully. You never know what you might find.
I think there was a big sharps container.
Yeah, there is.
I've got some blades.
And needle points.
But needle points aren't the only things concealed in the drawers.
Found bullets?
Yeah.
The officers have found what Billy was really interested in. Live ammunition. This investigation has now taken on an altogether more sinister importance.